Hey guys, welcome to another video and thanks for joining me. This is my first impressions video for the Microsoft Surface RT. Now I picked this up on the fire sale for $199. They had them at Microsoft directly and they also had them at Best Buy. You could find them on eBay refurbished for $170, but you might as well have gotten a brand new one because they have them brand new on eBay for $199 as well directly from Microsoft. So they sold a ton of these at the $199 price point. And I think after using it, I think that's exactly where it should have launched, or at about $299, because they ended up launching it at a very high price of $499 and $599. Then they ended up dropping it down to $350 after the sales just didn't work for them. Now the RT is like a phone software, I guess I want to say, because it has full Office suite on here. It has the full Office suite there, but it doesn't run any of the native Windows applications. So purchasing this, I got free antivirus software. So I thought, you know what, this isn't gonna. I said, is it gonna run? Is it something formatted just for Windows RT? Well, it turns out it's not. It's actually for regular Windows, and this device doesn't run any of the native Windows applications. So in the store, and with Windows phones, or Windows devices and Windows phones is a lot faster than this Windows RT tablet. This has a quad-core processor, obviously, but and a gig of RAM, I believe, for 2 gigs of RAM. But overall, the store is not. It just doesn't. It doesn't do it for me. There's not a lot in here that I would want. So the store itself is really lacking on the Windows tablets. And I have a full Windows tablet as well. It's the Asus, if you remember getting that one a while back. But unfortunately, I ditched that one to get this one. And it looks like I'll be going back to a full Windows tablet because the first impressions of this tablet, it's a solid device. I mean, the build quality is perfect. I'm going to go ahead and just say this is my full review because I don't want to do too many videos on devices that I don't really like too much. So take in mind what I just said about the market and how the device, but go into the hardware. In the unboxing, I forgot to mention that it has an SD card slot, and it does. I have a 64 gig card in there. No problems with that. So let me start with some things that I like about the device. First off, build quality. Build quality is fantastic. Overall experience with the operating system is smooth, but not smooth like Windows Phone. This is just a really solid operating system, but on a tablet, it's a tablet RT version. I had never had the RT version, but it just doesn't work. Anyway, so the build quality is great. The experience is nice, it's fast, it's fluid. It has full Office suite. Battery life, oh my gosh. Battery life on this thing, I started at about 5:30 p.m. or so when I got it out of the box. I fully charged it. It had a little charger, but I fully charged it in the box and it was dead. So I fully charged it. And I think at about 6 o'clock maybe, I started with 100% and I stayed on this thing until 2 a.m. I put the iPad down. I didn't get on the computer. I did everything on this device, and it works. And the battery only dropped to 45%. And I left it on standby overnight. When I got up the next day, it was still at 43%, I believe. It only dropped 2% overnight, which is fantastic. And I've been banging this thing out all day today. And here, I'll show you, still have the battery on here. I'm still at 55%. So as you can see, the Windows RT experience, it has great battery life. So for a person, let's move on. There's a lot of things I like. Well, there's not a lot of things I like about it, but build quality is great. SD card slot, battery, experience, all good. But if you're looking to purchase a tablet for everyday use and you're not really going to use it for this doesn't offer anything in the market really. It just barely has the basics. Um, the cameras, front and rear, are horrible. They're just bad. The rear one is good in daylight, but low lighting, unlike the iPad Air, I'm recording this with the iPad Air, and I'm not in a well lit room, but you can see it's still a pretty decent. Um, but the cameras on here, I think they really, really, really did a crappy job. It's just not a solid, for what you're getting though. And the thing, they were charging 600 for this at one point, and 499. That is just ridiculous for what they're giving you in the camera department. It's just horrible. Um, and an overall experience with this, it has its perks, but it's sadly the RT version cannot replace your laptop. The Pro version can, because the Pro version is a computer, a full blown computer. But the RT version is nice, and I'm glad I only paid $200 for it because the battery is just ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Now, I was going to do a comparison between this and the iPad Air. After using this for 24 hours, or a little over, just about 24 hours, I don't think it's necessary. The iPad Air speakers are 10 times louder than this device. It has speakers on this side, but they're really small. And the iPad Air has the speakers on the bottom facing out. This has a kickstand that's really nice, but at full volume, you can't even hear it nowhere near over the iPad Air. So it's just lacking in those. It's lacking in a lot of areas. If this had Pro on it, I can deal with the speakers. I could deal with the speakers being low and the crappy camera. But RT is just so limited. Even the basics I found to do, it kept telling me that it's not formatted for your type of device. I was like, wow, this is the simplest things. So I find that it's not really. Sometimes people just do videos just to get hits. I'm not gonna waste my time doing it. I can give this is my full review. It was my first impressions, but it's my full review now, and I'm not gonna compare this with the iPad because honestly, after using it, it doesn't really compare. Yes, it has a full Office suite, but I can do Pages on iOS, and the overall experience is more fluid probably than our iOS, and a little bit more better build quality than iOS. But all in all, it looks better. But this particular tablet, the RT version, I wouldn't recommend the RT version. I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I don't recommend it over the iPad, even though this probably could replace your laptop. If you were, push it hard, it probably could replace your laptop. But I wouldn't recommend the iPad over a laptop either. But I wouldn't recommend this over the iPad, that's for sure. Speaker volumes really low. It's almost unbelievable. You can't even hear it at full volume. Cameras are horrible. There's nothing in the market, the store. Internet Explorer is not very fast, and you can't install Chrome on here. It's just a number of things that it's really lacking in. But I had to give it a chance, and again, battery life is great. I found that my emails are set up to sync, but they don't come in sometimes unless I have the device screen on, and that's unfortunate. Powerful device, great battery life. I mean, stupendous battery life. The battery life on this is much better than the iPad Air, but the iPad Air beats it out in screen quality, speaker volume. It just, obviously it doesn't compare with the apps because this doesn't have any applications in the market or store worth looking at. So, unfortunately, I was going to do this huge comparison because I had never used this before, but that's just not going to happen. I think the iPad Air would definitely beat this out. Regardless if you hear with the Microsoft commercials, you see them, oh, the iPad's $499 and this is da da da. Well, my iPad actually costs $630 in its LTE version, and it still costs more than this. But it's still, at the end of the day, I think I'd probably rather pay the $630 that I paid for this iPad Air that I'm recording on with data than to buy this and use it over Wi-Fi. So, not what some of you people were probably expecting, not even what I was expecting. But there's just too many things that this device can't do. And the app, the store, and I knew about this. I knew about the store prior to coming in, but I thought there would at least be a Chase application. Wow, they don't even have that. Windows is better experience for the Pro version of this, and also it's a better experience on a phone. But the RT tablet should be discontinued. Any of those RT tablets out there with Windows on it needs to be discontinued. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and lay off of Microsoft. They have me excited, but the price tag is always exciting. But that's gonna be it for this one. Overall rating for this device, I give it about a 6. You know, it's got solid build quality. The overall Windows is a great operating system, but it's not too impressive. At least not the RT version. The Pro version, I'll give that that's a computer, so it's gonna be good. But that's about it, guys. We're gonna shut it down, and we're gonna call it quits on this one. Great tablet, just not. It's barely worth the $200 that I paid, and I'll spend money on something if I like it. But this is not too impressive. So step it up, Microsoft. See you guys in the next video. No disrespect to the people who enjoy their RT tablet from Microsoft, the Surface. Hey, I'm just another guy on the internet reviewing the device, giving you my opinion. Sound off in the comments if you think this is a great device. If you think it's the best one you've ever used, let me know. But the rating is about a 6, and it doesn't compare to the iPad Air at all. See you in the next video, guys. Take care.